spent his whole life being too young to live the life that's in his dreams. At night he lies awake and he wonders, why can't that be me?
January 21st, 2001. Everything seems right as I sit here in Uptowners Coffee Shop in Alexandria, Virginia with my journal. I just finished a delicious muffin and I'm working on a cup of green tea. I love listening to the man behind the counter. I would guess that he's in his 40s. He smiles with the comfort and happiness of knowing almost everyone in this small coffee house. And I think, here's a man who loves his job. He was just having a conversation with one customer when I heard him pause and say, "Figure out what you are. Concentrate on doing that and doing it well." What a statement, and how true it is. So who am I? I'm a Californian. Proud of my northern heritage, but open to continually broadening my horizons. I love God and work to deepen my faith. I love being outside, I love coffee shops, and I love thinking. I desire affection and praise from those I love, and I constantly seek to please them. I love animals and small children. I love music and the effect it has on my heart. I love knowing that that I make a difference in others' lives. I wear khakis, jeans, and I love my toe socks. Even more, I love my flip-flops and my shell necklace. I sure don't like arguments, but I enjoy well-thought-out discussions. I love that feeling of taking in a deep breath and exhaling all of the stress, anxiety, and worries that somehow manage to creep in. I am me. I will concentrate on doing that and doing it well. How those words bring back memories. I remember that day. I remember the clarity I had as I left the coffee shop and the excitement I felt with my newfound quote. Figure out what you are. Concentrate on doing that and doing it well. I've kept a journal nearly every day since I was in junior high school. And reading back through the pages of my old journals, I've realized so much about my life. You see, when I was in 8th grade, my best friend, Jackie, passed away. But I still felt the need to tell her everything that was going on in my life. So I started writing her letters. Every night I would sit on my bed and write. And as the weeks went on, the pain began to ease. My letters to Jackie somehow turned into journal entries, and I realized I'd found an incredible way to channel my emotions. My journals have been an important part of my life ever since. They tell the story I wasn't always confident to tell. Knowing who I am and being happy about it is something I've struggled with for years, but I'm beginning to realize the significance of it in each of our lives. It's time to turn the page to a new day where we are passionate about who we are and we live our lives accordingly. But to do this, we've got to ask ourselves 3 questions. What are my passions? Am I proud of me? And do my passions guide my actions every day? It starts with the question, what are my passions? Inside each of you is an amazing gift. You have different strengths, and maybe you've been told that all your life. But have you ever stopped to think about what drives those strengths? What makes you good at something? It is that passion inside of you. And growing up, I loved to dance. 3 days a week, Mom would take me to dance class where I learned jazz, ballet, and tap. We would practice our pliés and our pirouettes, and I dreamed of being able to dance on point. I would return home, and I would practice at the dance bar my dad had set up in my room. And like many young dancers at the time, my favorite movie was Flashdance, and I would watch it several times a week. But as an aspiring dancer, there were certain steps of preparation I had to do before I could watch. I would get out my pink leotard, my leg warmers, my wristbands, and my headband. I was definitely an 80s child. And then I would run back to my parents' room where the medicine cabinet was, and I would stand on my tiptoes and I would go through it until I found exactly what I was looking for. That roll of medical tape. And I'd take that prized possession back with me, and I'd go into the living room, and I'd put the movie in the VCR, and I would sit on the floor, and I'd wrap my feet in tape. just like the star of the show. And then that famous scene would come on, and I would jump up, I'd push my hair back, I'd look straight ahead, and I would run in place as fast as I could. Because I'm a maniac on the floor, and I'm dancing like I've never danced before. And there goes my shoe. And sometimes I would even put on my outfits when I wasn't dancing, just because I loved it so much. I tell you, my parents were proud. In fact, they were thrilled when I figured out that this stunt came in especially handy during business get-togethers, family parties, and basically anytime we had guests over. I would somehow appear during the middle of the night, dressed to the hilt in one of my mom's old dresses, and I would casually practice my stretches and my leg lifts. But you know what? I never was a very good dancer. I never learned to dance on point. I never had the leading role in any of our recitals. But I loved to dance. Out there on that dance floor, I was living out a dream. What are your dreams? What gets you so fired up about life that you feel on top of the world? For me, it's dancing and music. It's being involved in agriculture and working with people to help them grow. Each of us here has within us a burning desire for this organization and the agriculture industry. But I know you have your individual interests too. Your passions are those things you would do for the rest of your life, even if you never got paid. Some passions you have all your life. Others catch you off guard and tug profusely at your heart to do something you've never done before. Don't let them pass you by. For you, it may be working on cars, speaking, or driving the biggest piece of farm equipment you can get your hands on. Too often we try to narrow down and categorize our passions. I'm a sports player or I'm a musician. I can't be both, but I believe you can. It's time to find your passions and start following them.